It's not just you. Everybody around the country had a problem purchasing tokens last night. All right, sir. You took us to... Let's see if Joe can guess that country.
Yes. So, Joe, the country that you're in today borders Algeria, Niger, Burkina Faso, Cote d'Ivoire, Guinea, Senegal, and Mauritania.
It's either...
in the exam,
you don't have choices.
Yeah, but you say, teacher, you choose. I put two.
Yes. this big, it's huge. Chad or Mali, one of the two.
Okay, you have to choose one.
How to choose one? It borders Algeria.
Yes.
So I'll go with Mali.
Mali, that's the country.
I'm
home to Mansa Musa, the richest man.
1,000,000 points to you. Do with them as you please.
Yeah.
Buy a horse, I don't care.
Yeah, because Strait of Hormuz is still closed. But even as we talk about Mali, you think about the gold deposits that they do have and the wealth they do have. The reason why Mansa Musa is considered to have been the richest man alive because of the wealth of resources, especially gold, that the country has had. But let's go to the proverb this morning. This one, I want you to interpret fast. A fly perched on the scrotum is gently nudged off, never struck.
Efficiency. Be efficient. Yeah, be efficient. You can use a hammer to smash it. It will be effective. It will be dead. But you have caused more harm.
You're also dead.
Yeah, so just apply the required force, resources, attitude, energy into the right action. Efficiency. Be efficient. In all you do, be efficient.
Binti Omfalme, how would you interpret it?
Get to the point. Zero in on your target. Don't cause collateral damage or invite collateral interest. Get to the point, hit your target, keep it moving in life. As with the fly and the hammer.
Thank you. Yes. Not everything is handled using the barrel of a gun. At times, a pen, paper, or even a whisper handles the issue.
Indeed.
So know exactly what you're dealing with.
Like a vote. Just a vote.
Just a vote.
Cast a vote.
Cast a vote.
Okay. Efficiently.
Listen to what the people say. You don't need to buy guns, bullets, water cannons. Just listen to the people. Capish?
Yeah.
Capish. Marion, talk to me. Nada. Bado. Nope. All right. Our live stream is not up at the moment. Trying to figure that out and see what's going on. A very good morning to our audience on KTN, as well as those who are tuned in around the country, the region, and the world as we get into the Situation Room for this morning. Lovely to have you here. And I know that at some point we'll then be able to say hello to you as we get things moving. 102.5 is where we are in Kisumu, 87.9 in Mombasa, 90.9 in Nyeri, and 94.4 right here in Nairobi, 96.0 in Nakuru, and 96.7 in Eldoret, with 97.6 in Malindi. A very good morning to everybody, and karibu sana. Yes, we'll try to sort that out. And I know that you're itching at the door, but we'll do that in just a minute. Marion is sweating more than normal, so we'll get that sorted.
I think those of you as well who are listening to us are using the KTN live stream. Talk to us as well. Let us know who you are and where it is you're watching us from. 84 View, karibuni sana.
That's true. This wonderful thing about a simulcast is that we can also get on the KTN live stream. Let's see if we can get on there, and then we'll say hello to you. All right. But before then we do that, how about we take these few minutes to jump into and see what the headlines look like, and then we'll take a break and come back and continue with stories. Sawa. In the meantime, we can see if that issue will be sorted so that we can say hello. Sawa. All right. On the front page of the Standard, Kenya's bold newspaper, a grand coalition. This is the one that has the sour lemon face on Joe Kamanya. A grand coalition in the making. A meeting convened by former President Uhuru Kenyatta and held at Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka's SKM command center yesterday bore the hallmarks of a grand opposition coalition taking shape ahead of next year's general election. After admitting 3 new parties into the Azimio La Umoja coalition and opening its doors to more like-minded outfits, the Uhuru-led coalition has stepped up efforts to broaden its national support. With Edwin Sifuna's Linda Mwananchi and Rigathi Gachagwa's DCP among those being courted, the drive to field a united front and make President William Ruto a one-term leader is gathering momentum, evoking memories of the narc wave that swept to power in 2002. And so who do you see there? SKM Kalonzo Musyoka, DCP Rigathi Gachagua, Charity Ngilu, who chased people over the weekend, Martha Karua, Edwin Sifuna. Oh my God, I've forgotten his name. Eugene Wamalwa and
Fred Okang.
Did you say Matiang'i? Oh, Fred Matiang'i. And of course, there's Uhuru Kenyatta in the middle of it. It would appear as though he's the puppet master, and those are the strings. And it's a very interesting image, I think.
Yeah.
And those are the strings that are connecting all of these people together. So, in terms of what it means, well, we'll have a conversation about that at some point. Now, Mimi, through this headline, I want to irritate you just a little bit.
Rub it in.
Here we go. 5.3 billion. Billion. Imagine that number.
B.
5.3 billion.
Shillings worth of medicines have been wasted in 5 years. The person who is telling you this, the people who are telling you this, is the Ministry of Health. Not ATO. Them, me, we, us, me. Inside our house, 5 billion shillings worth of medicine has been wasted. Wasted, I don't know if it's been thrown away, burned, discarded, whatever. The COVID-19 period was characterized by emergency procurement of strategic health commodities, global supply chain disruptions, and uncertain demand patterns. This according to Aiden Duale, who's the CS for Health. Now, what does that mean? That in this state of panic, they were just buying. Okay. Still is no excuse, in my opinion, because these things should be based on this 4-letter word, 2 letters repeated, called data. When you are buying, do you know the number of people that you have? You had people who are standing on the steps of Afia House every day telling us the numbers. So these numbers should have then been able to inform certain things. What they are not telling us, that it is very clear that there were deals
that were cut.
There was a story that was done for which my friend has been sued.
COVID billionaires.
Yes, there's a story that Dennis Okari did, and we can say this because it's in the public eye. And he's been taken to court because he named certain people. But we don't want to talk about that. We want to come and say 5.3 billion shillings worth of medicine has been wasted, and you're giving the COVID era some of the blame because, global supply chains, we didn't know what was going to happen.
COVID
so
happened.
Blah, blah. So we decided just to buy and just to be buying. Well done.
5.3 billion later.
Right.
Wasted down the drain.
I don't think we appreciate how much 5.3 billion is. Now, 1 billion shillings, 1 billion. If I gave you 100,000 shillings every single day, it would take you 27 years to spare to finish 1 billion. Overstand?
Understand. Understand, Anga. 5.3 billion
now,
shillings.
Take that and multiply it by 5. If I was giving you 100K a day.
Yes.
All right? Okay. So, but now we are saying that money, medicine, down the crapper. Audit report exposes gaps in fight against illegal pesticides. I'm going to continue talking about this story. One Gladys Boss Cholet at some point brought before the House of Parliament that she was quite concerned that the pesticides that were being used in Kenya are what? They're substances that have been banned, not rejected, banned in Europe. But somehow they're finding themselves to the shores of Africa, and we are taking them like idiots and putting them in our crop, and then we are wondering and then we're wondering why suddenly there's a surge in things like non-communicable diseases like cancer and etc. She pushed and pushed. Parliament did the normal thing that they did and just kind of ignored it. I would love to have a conversation with her and ask her, Auntie, how far with this thing? Because guess what? there's a gap in the fight against illegal pesticides. Who is allowing them to come into the country?
Yeah.
And we're still just on page 2.
And you see, I want to even ask the question then, what is the responsibility of countries that we are in bilateral relations with when it comes to fighting what it is they have already banned?
Exactly.
Because guess who we're buying it from? Them.
And then you wonder why people are suddenly sick. Why didn't you have a surge of cancer in the 2000s going to 2010?
Yep.
From 2012 moving forward is when you've seen cancer cases skyrocket in this country. Why?
And you still see immigration department claiming they have confiscated counterfeit.
I beg they should leave us alone, Jerry.
So I mean, it's a multi-sectoral responsibility to make sure they regulate what comes into the country. You just don't keep us safe from terrorists who come yielding guns and bombs. You also keep us safe from terrorists who come to raid our farms and crops and our health. It's also an issue of public health, because basically what we're saying is that we are feeding, the government has allowed Kenyans to be fed poison. Simple and clear.
That's what you've said.
Yeah.
Come, poison my people. In fact, we pay for it.
Yes, precisely. Yeah. So who benefits? Needs to be looked into.
Police brutality victims give state pay ultimatum.
Oh.
Come on. Where is Jarvis?
Jarvis Bigambo.
Hey.
This is what I was scared of when this issue of compensation came up. That now we will shift from the rights and justice and demand for dignity and sanctity of life to a financial conversation. That even parents have been reduced to demanding money for the loss of their children. Like, you have not paid me yet.
Can you imagine? My child is dead, but you've not paid me yet for the loss of my child.
It's a new law. We're sinking too low. The conversation ought to be very different. How does this not happen again? Because there's not enough money you can pay to make somebody feel that you have replaced a loved one they lost.
It can't.
And then are we setting a precedent that if somebody is shot and killed, they can be paid?
They're saying they're demanding compensation for police brutality cases, accusing authorities of delays and bureaucracy. They will resume peaceful demonstrations if their grievances remain unresolved. Exactly that. We have to sink to that low? I don't know. So there was drama yesterday morning, last night into Monday morning, where Mukurweini MP John Kagoshia was carted off by hooded DCI officers. They stirred a political storm and ignited debate over whether Kenya's criminal justice system applies the law equally to politicians accused of making inflammatory remarks. What he said over the weekend, he should not have said. First of all.
Yep.
I mean, what he said, it was repeated.
Say like it is.
Yeah, come on. Should not have said it. And however, I think that the law needs to be applied
equally,
blanketly, across board. You can't cherry pick who you're going to do this to. And then you bring a 40-man army to arrest the man. I mean, what's he going to do? Shoot all of you? Surely.
They also appear against the law of requirement on how police officers should dress.
Yeah. Exactly.
So you're breaking the law while trying to uphold the law. You can't do that.
You can't do that.
So is it okay for him to say that? But then, and is it okay for him to say that? And then is it also okay for somebody to call a group of people, a community of people, essentially scoundrel hyenas? Is it okay? Why don't we apply across board? I think is the question that's coming here. Yeah. Folks in Mukurweini yesterday, of course, went to the streets and they said, excuse me, release our guy. Oh, this cannot be the case. It's getting messier by the day.
It is.
Let's just call it. Kagoshia has to face the law. What he said is wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But equally, the government itself has to respect the very same law.
Yep.
We can't break the law while trying to uphold the law. It doesn't happen.
Doesn't work like
it doesn't work.
Yeah.
And also, let's bring everybody else on the table. It can't be that when others are called hyenas, an entire community is called hyenas. That's okay. And, we can just gloss over things and move.
Yeah.
No, when someone says, I'm going to kill 5,000 people, let's act on it.
Absolutely.
When people say they're going to stuff the ballot to ensure re-election of somebody, to avert the sovereign will of the people, no action is taken.
Yeah.
The rule of the law should just cut across. And there has to be, especially now, political tolerance.
There has to be.
There has to be. Everybody has to practice their own democratic right, campaign for whoever you want, and eventually you vote for the person you want. So no one should be threatened that if I vote for Dennis, you will come for me in my house.
Including under my bed.
Or if I don't vote for Ndu and you want her to come back, you're going to rig the process and stuff the ballot. None of those two statements should be allowed to exist in our modern day politics.
Yeah, and that you would even go to that extent to say that, if somebody's going to say this, then maybe then we would say we're not going to which is what the chairperson of the IEBC alluded to yesterday. Said, if these things continue, then perhaps we won't have an election. No, you need to nip these things in the bud when they're happening. Then why are you shy to then be able to say, excuse me, Mr. Aidan Dwale, what you said we can't have, and how about you come and have a conversation with us over here in the corner? If you're shy to do that, if you're too shy to do that, then imagine, please be too shy to even come and say that we can cancel an election. Yeah. Be shy every day.
Across the every day, all day.
Yes.
Yeah. Twice on Sunday.
How about not even being shy? Just get out of that office. You're not helping anybody. We just have to call it for what it is.
And I shudder to think that the people, actually, the duty bearers, are the ones who are coming to complain. Like when the chairman of IBC says,
so now if you're complaining, we're asking, okay, so now who is doing your job, man?
Yeah.
And what do you want us to do?
And I agree. Look, it doesn't matter whether it's John Kagushia, whether it's Aidan Dwale, whether it's Rigathi Gachagua, anybody who opens your mouth to spew any kind of divisive vitriol should actually be censured, for heaven's sake. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter where you're from or what power you wield, or real or imagined. It shouldn't matter. And the response, I'm sorry, Mr. Ethicon, and I can say it this morning, the response is not to say, we can't operate in this kind of space, or we might have to cancel elections. Stop it. Just do your job.
Do your job.
Yeah, you, and so very sorry for that, guys. And we can see you. We're acknowledging each and every one of you as you're getting into the room this morning. Karibuni sana. All right, tell everybody that we are back so they can come back. Sawa. All right, I'll greet you specially. Just know that we're greeting you specially, everybody. Cindy.
Yes.
Aseto's greetings have come with his cardigan, and Joe with his scarf.
Yes.
So good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
And thank you for being here. We'd already started looking into the headlines, and I just want to continue quickly into the Standard this morning, because this case is getting stickier by the day. Land feud, chain of events leading to Mutiso's death. Remember Dr. Victoria Mutiso, who was murdered last week. A bitter land dispute, alleged death threats, an earlier attempted shooting, and the alleged movement of the slain psychologist's vehicle had emerged as key lines of inquiry in the investigation into Dr. Victoria Ndhunya Mutiso's murder, as detectives probe what they believe was a planned killing. Lawyer Chris Mulwa and his mother, Rosenbithe Ndete, are in court after their arrest in her murder probe, and yesterday the court agreed to hold them for 21 days pending investigations, because the connections here are all crazy. Yesterday, I believe even her daughter had been arrested because there was some connection. Now the daughter of the ex-wife. Now, if you can take a minute to try and understand what was going on. The lawyer who was killed along Karen Road last year was representing this woman who is now in custody in a case between herself and her estranged husband, who was in a relationship now with the slain Dr. Victoria. You understand? All right. That's how it all kind of looks messy here. But interestingly, the two people who are still alive, husband and wife. Okay?
Yeah.
So the court is asking, rather investigators are asking certain questions here, and that she had been receiving death threats, her phone, or rather her vehicle had been stolen, things like this. So this is going to be an interesting one. The DCI says an attempted shooting occurred on the 7th of July along Gong Road near Junction Mall when two men on a motorcycle allegedly tried to shoot her. She escaped and reported the incident at the Kilimani police station. The second time, they succeeded. Unfortunately. So this is one to watch. Kalonzo unveils Azimio plan for super coalition. Yay.
Regurgitation.
Hello.
When you call it, anyway.
Uhuru's move as opposition seeks to deliver another 2002 moment. Okay. Let's see.
You know what 2002 was about? Quickly. 5 people wanted to succeed one Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi. The 5 people were, please note, and they were in Kanu.
Yeah.
Raila Amolo Odinga.
Yes.
Professor George Saitoti. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. Simeon Nyachae. And Uhuru Kenyatta. When Daniel Toroitich... No. Mwai Kibaki was already in opposition. The 5 were in Kanu. They wanted to succeed Moi. When Moi in Kasarani decided to settle, even Mudavadi was somewhere there.
Yeah.
When Moi decided to settle for Uhuru Kenyatta, they all decamped and went to now support Kibaki. It is not that they meant to support Kibaki from the word go. They were just hanging on the coat of the late Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi, hoping to be the next project. What did Kenyans do? They said, hey, Mr. Moi, we do not want an extension of your regime, of your presidency through any of your projects. And the then project was one Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. People voted for President Kibaki. Today, we are having the same. Uhuru Kenyatta is coming up to bring up another project. Remember in 2022, Kenyans told Uhuru Kenyatta in the face, we are sorry. We don't want extension of your regime through one, the late Raila Amolo Odinga. Because Baba was Uhuru's project. They declined to vote for Baba because they did not want Uhuru. And now here he is bringing another project called Senior Counsel Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. Kenyans, we are woke than that. We cannot have an Uhuru version at that time. So the moment of 202 that Kalonzo keeps talking on, it's just that he does not realize the bluff is on him. He will be the rejected project of Uhuru Kenyatta by the people.
Josh Asema. Okay. Okay. We're going to continue with that conversation. Somebody wanted to know, so what's happening since you didn't get the information from us? Kala Mamisi joins us at 7 o'clock. And then we're going to have a conversation about health workers at 9 and Abra Pekapanet at 8. And then we're going to talk about police at 9. High Court halts prosecution of 18 in the collapsed South Sea building. Remember how Alice Wahome said, people, heads will roll. Yes. Well, the court said, yeah, okay. Rolling, no. Not right now, at least. Why? The judge suspends criminal case against 18 county officials as they challenge the link to the deadly building collapse. A landmark case will test who bears legal responsibility for failed developments. They've suspended the criminal cases, setting the stage for a landmark legal battle that could redefine who bears criminal responsibility when buildings approved by county governments fail. It would appear that the person who bears the responsibility takes the responsibility when something goes wrong.
Yep.
But not here, it would appear.
And you know another one collapsing in Watamu. Similar case.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting how these cases develop.
All right. Court hands victory to a company in landmark 8 billion shilling property case. And who's at the center of that case? Former Vice President Moody Awori. 135 acres in Nairobi, property worth 8 billion, became the center of a prolonged ownership dispute involving Mushanga Investments, rival claimants, and Bradley's estate. That you want to take a look at in the Standard this morning.
Wait.
Yes.
People own 135 acres in Nairobi.
Chill up over there with your 180 by 80.
And they were duped out of it. That's an interesting case.
I swear.
Yes. By 100.
Yes.
Hey, 135 acres.
Hey.
Remember the 6,000 somebody owned somewhere in Joska.
Somebody.
Somebody unaenda huko.
Tubaki tu hapa 135 acres. Yes.
What's nyaunyo? What's nyauno?
Whip.
Yes.
Well, it's not us. We were here.
We are sorry.
We were here.
Yes.
There's this lady.
We did not mean to delay your
I'm
dose.
sorry. I'm very sorry.
We missed you too. Yes. We were almost withdrawing into
depression.
Yes. So
Vision 2013. Can Kenya build a new blueprint on an unfinished one? Well, can you build? There's a song we used to sing in Sunday school. Should I sing it for you?
please.
The wise man built his house upon the rock. The wise man built his house upon the rock. The wise man built his house upon the rock, and the house on the rock stood firm. The foolish man built his house upon the sand.
Sand.
The foolish man built his house upon the sand.
Sand.
The foolish man built his house upon the sand.
Sand.
And the house on the sand fell flat.
Let us huff and puff. And the house fell.
So, there is my Sunday school rendition of the story on page 10 of the Standard. Sawa.
Yes.
Uwasu, retirement rule to usher UN into staffing crisis. Uwasu said, when you reach a certain age, come and be going.
Go.
They said, okay, so then what happens to what we need in the meantime? And you people are not hiring. It's the same thing with the public service.
Yeah.
You're not hiring, people are retiring, then there's this big gap here. Who do you want to do the work? It's a problem.
It's the same thing, the same principle we are being sold. Like, let's get rid of the problem, we'll find a solution.
Yeah.
And once we create a new problem.
Exactly.
Yeah.
My friend Jahira Gitahi is in the opinions this morning, and she says that Batuk should be about Kenya's dignity and not just about local economics. Okay?
I agree.
You agree?
Yes, 100%.
Nick Thiongo is also talking about when the president's website fails, everyone should be worried. Really? Should we be worried because we don't know what we're going to find inside behind the minions? I think the minions that are here in the studio are also in State House. It's Tuesday, so we're going to look into the Financial Standard and see what happens there. Get yourself a copy of the Standard, or get yourself a copy of the Standard e-paper, www.standardmedia.co.ke.
Yes. Vision 2060. Some, as we talk about even Vision 2030, some of the lessons we learn is universal healthcare has been an issue. But let's go to what it is, has appeared on the front page of The Nation. Shah mystery firm paid 1.2 billion shillings. The other one, it was how many billions?
11. The one that was lost.
No.
Oh.
The one that during COVID-19.
Breathe. Shah is not
medicine that
working.
we've wasted.
5.1 billion, 3 billion, yes.
So Shah mystery firm was paid 1.2 billion shillings. Hey, now.
I need that. It's called what, that thing? Inhalers. I can't.
No, breathe. Shah is not working.
So, the uproar by hospitals. Hey, you said that breathe Shah is not working.
Yes,
Sheesh.
You're losing money.
The uproar by hospitals over a 2% deduction from their total claims paid by the Social Health Authority SHA is now the subject of a court case, with petitioners seeking orders to halt the controversial charges by a private firm. Documents filed in court by 3 petitioners who have named Health Cabinet Secretary Eden Duale among the respondents by the virtue of his office state that Finsprint Limited has received 1.2 billion shillings by July 1st, 2026. Official records show that the firm incorporated on July 12th, 2020, has 2 directors and another company whose address is not provided as its controlling shareholder.
See, I said I don't have inhaler.
Any system, yeah?
Majambazi.
Hey! You guy.
Yes.
You know,
it's real.
So when you talk about access to universal healthcare,
right?
And this is what we're seeing. And the people who are complaining are the service providers themselves who are telling you, a guy, we are paying fine, but who is it going to? It is not clear under the documents that we have. These people do not even have an address. So how are we operating? Yet we're here telling Kenyans that we are offering universal and affordable, accessible healthcare. It's a lie.
But are you shocked?
It's a lie.
I mean,
no, it's a
living lie.
It's a lie.
we have the same story with the e-citizen. Remember, there is a company that gets a percentage of the fee we pay, the convenience fee that we pay, I think 5 or 10 or 50 shillings. Billions of money. It's the same case here with SHA. And we were told that these 104
billion shillings
was being set to efficiency. You're talking about efficiency to set up an efficient health system. But here we are. We keep losing money. You spoke about 5 billion in terms of procurement. You're talking of 1 billion.
We've not even talked about the 11 billion.
11 billion and much more.
Now think about all these billions and what it would do if you were to set up a new hospital from ground up with all the facilities, including doctors in there, and actually offering services to Wananchi.
And people will not need to travel to India for medical tourism. We must want better for ourselves as Kenyans.
We must. Anyway, Uhuru's Azimio reaches out to Gachagua and Sifuna camps as they continue to push for unity. Now, healthy nation. Breastfeeding without a baby to hold. That has been highlighted on that pullout. Now, societal issues, main theme at Music Festival. Now, SEK and PS says learners continue to demonstrate relevance of creative arts in tackling contemporary issues. Here's the thing. We can't speak from both sides of our mouth. We must choose whichever it is we were using to speak. Because not long ago, when students of this country went to the stage and portrayed what was happening in the country, police officers appeared and they were tear gassed. We can't come here and say that the children today now are highlighting exactly what is happening in the country, yet when they did not long ago, we were there to beat them up and tear gas them because they were showing exactly what exists in the society. Tusiongee na size zote za mdomo, choose one. Either ni ambele ama ni ya nyuma. Now, crisis persists as unions demand.
It's a Tuesday. This Tuesday.
Hey.
Crisis persists as unions demand devolved units to be stripped of health function. Health, sure. Yes.
It's like Tuesday was the day they just chose. Watch it too. Kila kitu today.
Yeah.
Kila kitu.
So, new retirement policy will spark mass lecturer layoffs, WASU has warned. Okay, I think this should also happen to the national government, including some cabinet secretaries that we have today. Azimio reaches out to Gachagua and Sifuna. We've seen that. NCIC forms teams to fight intolerance as elections approach. Listen to that statement again. NCIC forms teams to fight intolerance as elections approach. NCIC already is a team with staff who work together with the police, right?
You know what NCIC is reminding me of now?
Yes.
It's the way you have a kindergarten class and then you have people, some are listening to the teacher, others are under the table, others are... NCIC is the kid who is sitting in the corner eating the glue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is eating the glue.
Yeah.
They are retooling.
Hey.
Retooling. Okay.
Retooling.
I can tell you one thing for sure. You see that retooling will not be up to par. Yeah, so that's what we have on the Daily Nation. Kamanya, real quick, what do you have on the Star?
No, still on the Daily Nation. This is very important for the nation. That extract.
Yeah.
Page 2 of it reads, lab-grown sperm. I'm reading. It says there is hope for millions of infertile men who have run out of options.
In Africa.
Yes.
Do you see an African man today saying, inject it here, that one, you?
I'm just reading.
Sawa.
Maybe repeat again.
Lab-grown sperm.
Lab-grown
Sperm.
Okay.
So finally, there is hope for millions of infertile men who have run out of options.
Olima.
For a man diagnosed with infertility, the conversation has, until very recently, followed a predictable and painful curve. But imagine a future where that diagnosis of untreatable male infertility is no longer the end of the road, because scientists have found a way to produce human sperm from lab-engineered testicular tissues. Find yourself now conceiving with some alien in the name of lab-engineered sperm.
Did you say alien?
Yeah.
Wow.
I thought you were pro the story.
No, I'm not. I'm just reading.
I told you, African man.
Just reading.
Okay.
Yes.
But also, so this is it's also World Breastfeeding Week, right?
Week, month, some period. Yeah.
So yes, we continue to say it's very important.
Yes.
To maintain that trajectory.
Yes,
babies, infants.
I'm just reading.
Infants.
From my mind. That
God in heaven.
Yeah. That breasts are encouraged to be sucked.
By infants, babies.
No, it doesn't matter who.
It does.
That's it.
It actually does.
What cures is the sucking.
Let me tell you, here's the thing. If anyone is called baby,
not the baby.
It's right.
Yes. People should get out.
Correct.
All of you, read the Star.
Yes. And please understand, what cures is the sucking, not the baby.
Not the baby.
Yeah.
It is the action.
It's the action.
It's a doing word.
Yeah. We're talking about nutrition for the baby.
Yes.
I beg, read the Star. Okay. I beg.
Okay. But also there's a story on breastfeeding for I mean, the milk, sucking for a baby who is not there. You know, okay, now sanitize your mind.
Yeah.
We have understood you.
Yes, he's saying premature babies are born and the mothers are not able to stay with their children because they have to be in the nursery.
Okay. Right.
But now these kids, the babies, the newborns need to feed. So there are some mothers who have been expressing milk for babies that they cannot hold or cannot pee with.
Okay.
It's a story that is being covered still.
Yeah.
After is it organic or scientific sperm?
Yeah.
So please grab the Daily Nation. The Star says Kenya leads Africa in milk yield as meat exports rise by 87%.
In this, we're talking about dairy now.
Yeah.
We're not talking about breastfeeding.
Still comes from the other, which is
okay. Milk. You see, milk is prominent, huh?
Yeah.
Wherever it comes from. So Kenya is leading in meat export, and also says we have increased our yield of our milk from 4.6 billion liters in 2022 to 5.5 billion liters today. But I beg to ask a question. How much are you paying for a liter of milk in your area?
In the supermarket?
Wherever. In the village, in the supermarket. And how many farmers have we grown to millionaires with these new staggering numbers of increase in yield? Because the last I checked from my conversation with farmers is that now the cost of production has equally gone higher. That is what they are not reporting to us.
I have a question.
Please do.
You were supposed to set up abattoirs in the northern part of the country.
Yes.
If that was set up, then what would we be talking about the exports of meat out of the country, if at all?
Yeah.
We've not had that facility set up, yet we're seeing improvement. So these data should equally inform on what we must do for us to get maximum returns. Just saying.
And a promise was made to the country by the outgoing President, William Ruto, that the hide and skin of all these animals where we'll be exporting meat will be converted into shoes for our school-going kids.
Yeah.
Remember
just
that?
Remembered something.
Yes.
When they went to Japan, is it China? Somewhere.
Where? Somewhere.
Last year.
Yeah.
They said that they were going to put up poultries for 100,000 birds in Kajiado. You Nyaje?
Kajiado people, talk to us.
I'm just wondering if it ever,
Yeah.
We're still struggling with having, is it Tsavo come back to...
Amboseli come back to
So we're
Kajiado
still
County.
fighting with that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It has to be conducive environment for...
And we even lost 15 elephants, just to say.
Oh, yeah.
Even the elephants were left behind. You know, in this economy, we said we are leaving no one behind. Elephants were left behind.
Wololo.
I'm just saying, let the numbers cut across.
Yep.
When you talk about an increase in the yield, talk about cost of production, talk about uplifting the livelihoods for those who are practicing in that sector, in this case, farming and meat export. So the star continues to shine. Talks about mega projects, turning coast into an investment hub. A proposed 700,000 barrel per day oil refinery is expected to anchor coast region's industrial growth. The 2.2 trillion shillings refinery project by Nigerian billionaire one Aliko Dangote is set for Lamu, and says it is expected to guarantee a steady supply of refined petroleum products while reducing East Africa's dependence on imported fuel.
Teacher.
Yes, you have the floor.
The world over, any port city has grown not because apparently we have fuel or because we are setting up a refinery, but it has grown out of business and volumes of product that it moves every day, right?
Yes.
So whilst Aliko Dangote is doing an important thing, as Kenyans, what are we doing to change these coastal cities that have ports to make sense so that, in my opinion, Mombasa is the richest city that we have in the country today, just that we've not harnessed its potential to the maximum.
I agree. And you see, Lamu is also a heritage center. Yeah. We have to strike a balance between conservation and industrialization. And I remember Lamu people were on an uproar saying, no, we have to be very careful. The same way we've seen the nuclear plant. It was moved from Kilifi, now it's been taken to, is it Siaya? It's Siaya, I think. And yet, we do not meet the demand for a nuclear plant in Kenya.
Not yet.
Not yet. So, priorities, we need to balance between industrialization, conservation, and good governance.
Indeed,
This is the Situation Room.